Right, today, Project Camry, Brit fix, everything like that going on. Nice, clear, clean day, warm, but not too warm. But we are going to do front brakes, all right? So, front brakes, we have all the different things that we do. I'm going to take these off. I've done some PB Blaster here. I'm going to get that done. We've taken a look here. Eventually, we're going to get some struts on both front and rear. Probably have never been changed before, so very simple. Simple in terms of the level of where the bolts are and what you have to do. So 1, 2 bolts, 3, and then 3 up here on the top, those 3 up here, and then you just yank the thing off and you put a new one on. It's actually quite nice, and no alignment opportunities with that because there are no back and forths on this one. So should be pretty good, straightforward, new rotor. This one's nice and nasty looking, and then we've got some set screws to put in, all this different stuff like that, but she should be right as rain after that, and we're going to do a test drive even. So this might be one of the first times that there's an actual test drive of a car on BritFix. So yeah, enjoy it, I guess, whenever we get there. Right, so first things first, we have to take these main bolts off. So 17 millimeter. So apologize for that. That was I had to rewind on that one. But 17 millimeter right here. We have a 14 millimeter right here. So I've already loosened this one. This one almost by hand. And then we should be able to pull this off. Set it to the side. Probably going to set it in a box because you know, just it's easier that way. And speaking of boxes, look, I have something from TRQ. So this is brake pads, brake rotors, all right, not 4-bolt ones, but of course it's going to be 5-bolt. And then I have brake cleaner and synthetic DOT fluid. So TRQ put this entire package together for me, and I actually got all this off of Rock Auto. No, not Rock Auto, I'm sorry, Parts Geek, one of the two. We've gotten so many different things. I buy from Rock Auto and I buy from Parts Geek all the time. Just kind of shop between the two of them, but yeah, they are very good. Once again, this was Parts Geek, so this entire kit here, really good. I get everything that I need for it. So the DOT fluid, probably may not use that one right away. The reason why is because when we go to our rear brake opportunity, we're going to do that. We're going to do something completely different, I hope. And I'm going to find some rear discs for this car, all right? Instead of stupid drum brakes, all right? So we're going to get rid of all that. And hopefully it'll be nice and right as rain. Yeah, here we go. I'll show you not how I'm wrenching it, but I'll show you how, yeah, once the after effect and getting it off of there, right? Apologise on this one, but I did say set screws, and then I look at this, and there's a set screw, and there's a set screw. Throw that over there, and then, oh my, there is not a set screw on this hub. So that means there's no set screws. So we've been fooled a little bit by that, but no problems. We will keep on going, and we will put the new one on. Remember, we're going to have to clean the other rotor, put the rotor on, do all that work. Do everything, and she's going to look good. She's going to be nice. I expect, just because I don't see any real wear on these, that set screws weren't ever really needed. So we'll clean this hub, a little bit of scrub down and all that stuff like that. We've got our other rotor a little bit roughed around the edges, but should be fine. And then we've got our brake itself and our brake pads. If you would like to see. Actually, oh well, there you are. I've dropped them, so not a problem. They actually are in pretty good shape, but we're gonna go for even even more pad, as we can say. So look at this, our new pads, and here they are, and they are quite a bit thicker. So I'd say an extra 1/8 of an inch thicker. So that's going to be probably more what we want. We want to make sure that there's less overall pressure to put these brakes to it. So that's why we're going to change them out. So easy peasy. So what we do is we now have our trusty clamp. So what we're doing is we're compressing this brake. One of those things that you do as well, as you see the canister, you leave the lid off. The reason why you leave the lid off is so that way what happens is then you can get any fluid going back in, so that way when we go back to push it back, it should be fine. So my hope is that, and my expectation is that everything goes very well with this, and yeah, and we all have fun. I do have some extra DOT brake fluid somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, no, right here. So just in case we do need to bleed the brakes, which we may need to, we may want to, just because if I see more movement up there, then when I compress it, then if I see movement and I see little bubbles kind of pop up, then that means I probably have to do a full brake bleed, both left and right. Not a problem, we'll get it done. But yeah, just want to have that understanding that we may have to do things like that, and not a big problem, we'll get it done. Alright, so we've taken these plugs out. These are your sliders. Alright, so we can see these are pretty gunked up here, so they need to be cleaned off. So we're going to use our handy dandy brake cleaner. Alright, and yeah, I'm going to try to get these about as clean as possible. That one looks nasty, this one looks nastier, but a lot of it has to do with that. Do you have the right kind of things in there? So taking a look at this, this one does seem to have a little bit more of a weird situation to it. It has this, it's all dirty already. Oh my goodness, look at this. Alright, so I have this edge here on it. They all have kind of a flat spot of some sort, but I'm going to clean these, put new lube on them, put them back in. Should be fine. I don't think there's a problem. I did not see anything that was really significant in all of my studies on which one goes where, but yeah, we'll put them back exactly how we got them, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to make sure this one here goes here, because that was the last one I took, and then this one was the first one I took, and I'll put that right there. So look, A for the standard, and then B for the gold one, I guess. Yeah, we will get that right. I'll put that together. You'll see some of it. It'll be good, and everyone will like it. And hopefully this car stops like an amazing thing, because once again, you do get to see a test drive on this channel for the first time. All right. So we put our goop on these right here. We're going to have to put goop on the slidey bits right inside these. These are your channels, so your new brake pads will go right in, no problems. And then remember, we do have a situation with certain brake pads go where. All right, so the reason why is because, well, what you're doing is making sure that everything fits right as rain, and everything squeaks and pushes and does everything it's supposed to do exactly like it's supposed to. I did ask the owner of this car if they did want these things, I guess, painted, made into a nice bright red colour or anything like that, and they didn't care, so we're not going to do that. Extra work, no reason for it, so let's not do it. And yeah, so you just put these clips back on and you get them in the right place. I'm going to get my pads out, and we'll get them cut, get them put together, put them on, and yeah, it should be amazing. Amazingly good stopping power for this car. Of course, we only have this side right now. We're going to do the other side eventually. Yeah, I'm going to show you at least this one side, because the other side is in the street. I don't think it's really wise for me to, you know, be out here in the street, you know, getting run over while I'm talking on video. Yes, it would be entertaining to everyone watching, but not so exciting for me. Being run over, probably not going to help me, you know, feel very good. It's not going to feel good to be run over. If you've ever been run over, please, you know, communicate anything to me about that. Maybe we'll have a nice little session where we'll talk about being run over by a car, and how terrible it is. You know, just make people aware. You know, awareness is a big factor. All right, so let's get going. Let's get cracking. Put our rotors on. I just want you to see the difference between the two. So you see this outside edge here is the same thickness there. And then you see this side here is quite a bit thicker, and it's not that great that this rotor has been probably on here for so long. So now I'm gonna have thicker brakes. Look at that, she's ready to go. She'll be put back on soon. And then we've got ourselves a new rotor. Now, before we do anything with the rotor, a new one, of course, there's some things to happen. Tell everyone thank you for the music outside here, but we throw that one over there. But what we do is we take our rotor out, plastic, and we are going to spray it down. And that's what happens. You spray it down, you make sure that you clean off any of that. The reason why is because they also say that it's G-coated. I have no idea what G-coated means, but let's just take off anything that might be on the rotor, and that way we're good. All right, so we'll be ready in just a little bit with this. Put that on here. We'll put the rotor on, a nice, beautiful, bright silver one. We'll put it back on the hub, and then we'll put our brake back together, and then we'll do the other side. Then we'll do a test drive. We'll do pumping the brakes, all that other fun stuff, and yeah, this should be a fun time. Not really. I might have to actually eat lunch here soon, just because I do feel a bit famished, just a bit. So now she's all put back together. Look at that. This is actually really pretty looking. I don't know about you, but I guess you know, I don't know. I'm into the way that a brake caliper looks and how everything is. Even this little splash of purple just pops out to you as well. So I put these on there so that way I could get this flat, put this on exactly as it needs to. About to torque all this up, and then my brakes are in place. I'm going to leave these lugs on here. The reason why is because I'm going to pump the brakes. You know, wait, now of course that means stop to most of you listening at home, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pump the brakes, but I want to do it evenly. I want to do both sides of this car at the same time. So I'm going to leave this like this after I've torqued everything down, and then we'll undo these, and then we will yeah, we'll drive around. You get to see that. I know I'm hyping this test drive so much. The reason why is because I really don't know if I have a worse brake problem way back there. You see it's even fuzzy back there. Oh no, that's clear, but it's fuzzy, and it's on purpose because I don't know. Drum brakes are not my friend. I do not like them. Before we do everything, I just want to say, look at that. It's like just we're looking at this beautiful set of machinery. Look at that. It looks beautiful now. This is essentially, it's functional and it's beautiful. It's just like my wife. Yeah, and if you have a wife out there, I hope she's as beautiful and functional as these brakes are. I just think it's especially special. So we're going to put wheels on it, those over here, and then we're going to drive around, see what happens. Gonna have to pump the brakes, do some of that, see when we got bubbles wise. So I might actually have some issues there, but we're going to do that real quick. Press the unlock button. Look at that. And now and pump it until I feel nothing, or feel it getting better. So quite a bit of play in this. Trying to see what we get. A little bit more. Interesting. Alright. Oh. Alright. So, let's take a look and see, do we have any bubbles? Is it overflow? Sharp it down a bit, so it means we're into where it goes. So it looks like it's tight all around. Let's sit down and do it again. That's a heck of a lot of play. Here we go. May have a vacuum boost opportunity here. We're getting closer. Ah, there we go. Literally pumping the brakes. Here we go. Oh. There we are. This is fantastic. And apologise, don't get too excited. This is, yeah. So, alright. So, time for a test drive. It feels much better. Alright, good deal. You know, I did say that this needed a set screw. However, I want you to see this. You see this taper here? That taper allows it to center. So that's actually why there's no set screw. There's a set screw on this, but there's no set screw needed. So now that I've done the brakes, I've centered it, popped it properly, and so now I'll just be able to put this tire on and no problems from there. So, okay, so we're going to do a test drive. Now, first things first that I recognise is we've got some cracky, terrible sound back there at the back. So it is what it is. It's not the best sound system right now, so maybe we have to do some stereo equipment. But what we're going to do is I'm going to just take a look at the braking system. I'm going to get some gas too as I go through it. You notice there's a fuel light on, and I have a lot of travel. So what that tells me right away is that we need to do a full brake flush. So we've done the brakes, but we do need to do a brake flush. That's a lot more travel than we want out of a car. And so yeah, let's get that right and let's make that perfect. Because it sounds terrible. It feels terrible. Not sounding terrible. It actually doesn't sound bad at all. I'm talking about the stereo. It sounds terrible. But yeah, so we're going to do a brake bleed. And remember, it's passenger rear back there, and then driver rear, and then it goes back over here, and then it goes back over here. So you do it in that order. And if you do it right, then you've bled the brakes properly, and you've gotten the gotten the new things in. So we'll do that. Yeah, after you get fuel, put it back on stilts, all four corners stilts, so that way, because I got to take off all four of the wheels, and we'll do it all over again. All right. So what we're doing is we are flushing the entire line. Look at that, it's brown. That's not the right color. It's supposed to be very clear. So we've got ourselves our left and right rear, which is where most of the brake fluid needs to go through. It's the longest travel. So look at that. That means it's picked up and kind of rusted over time. It's quite old, this brake fluid. So we're going to keep on going, and I've got a brand new brake fluid. Look, nearly empty, but look how brown it is. And let's add some more. It'll be the last of it. My helper is helping me flush these brakes. All right, helper, stop. All right, so let's see. We've got nearly all the way where we need it to be. We've got something there, so let's see if we get to the point where we're clear. Go press them again. Go for it, helper. Now, see, we're still brown. That's not quite what we want. And once again, you see these are drum brakes. I hate drum brakes. I'm not going to be, but I hope I can get rid of them and get something else. So, alright, and of course, if this doesn't work and we don't have a very good situation, then that means we're going to have to get ourselves a master cylinder. And that's going to be a whole nother set of fun. But yeah, all these lines, they got gunk in them, probably some rust. But the car does stop. We just want to make it stop better. Alright, so look at how orange it is. Brake fluid is not supposed to be orange, just FYI. So, we are going to probably have to go get more brake fluid, so that way we can get to the point where we're very much in the clear. Yes, used an entire litre already, so yes, disappointing, not what I wanted, but we'll get there. It is what's now late in the day. I believe I've finished it all up. So one of the things that has to happen is that I have to get it to where it's clear. Look at how clear it is now. I've got myself, look at this, 3 bottles I had to go through just to flush it. All right, and then just saw my last bit and it was clear and it was going through here and it was perfect. And so and I also can feel a fantastically good press power. Now this, of course, we want this to go away one day, so we will look for one. If we can't, then that means that you're going to hear me probably, you know, be upset because I have to do a drum brake assembly. I still have to do drum brakes because there's a handbrake and I have to do the handbrake adjustment, all that stuff. But the drum brake itself, pads, all that junk is completely stupid. So what I want to do is I want to get it to the point where I just have the interior drum point that I have to do for the handbrake, and then I put a new disc brake on. But what we've done, we've gone to completely, it used to be really dark, you saw it in the previous cut that we had, and then so now we're clear. There's still a little bit of, you know, nasty in there. Orange is not the right color for you know, brake fluid, but you know, gotten to clear, and clear is much better. So where we are is nice, beautiful, and good stopping brakes, probably, but we're going to do another test drive here, so be excited, be very excited about that. All right, and then now we have clear fluid. I'll put that right on. Perfect. Nice little clean it up, clean it up, like that. By the way, DOT for brake fluid is, you know, it's nasty stuff, so don't drink it. That's always the top tip, don't drink it. The other one is try not to get on yourself. So yeah, fun times. All right, and then we'll do a test drive.